Welcome back to the Road Show this morning in the Buzz. Have you already updated your status this morning? I think I might have. How about checking what your friends are this morning? And do you think you could going a whole week without Facebook? Well, a Pennsylvania Technical College is blacking out. They're doing that. They're blocking all social media for 1 week on campus. The experiment at Harrisburg University of Science and Technology, which has drawn some praise, some criticism, even a jam on late-night TV, means students and staff can't access Facebook, Twitter, or a host of other social networks while on campus. Now, the school's provost says the exercise is not a punishment for the school students, but just a way for people to critically think about the prevalence of social media. It does seem like an interesting experiment, but some people are calling it an infringement upon people's rights. Can you believe that? The students don't seem to mind that much, and they say they find a blackout freeing, while others say an exercise is one thing, but the blackout isn't isn't feasible long term. I mean, our lives have changed, and they use Facebook, they use Twitter to coordinate their schedules. You're checking. For us, we've got story ideas. Right. They say they organize events, they plan study sessions, but the college administrators say that they were excited for this experiment to end, so they can get back to business, networking, and
they're going to use it. Yeah.
I will say, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, they are just asking for an outbreak of cow tipping to happen now that there's no Facebook. There's nothing going on. My brother goes to school out there. Nothing happening. But do you guys think that you could give up Facebook for a week?
Well, I'll admit, ever since I was introduced to it, I do check it once a day at least. So I do. It's part of the routine of the day.
You check your email. You check your Facebook.
You know, but the pictures. You know, a lot of my friends, are having babies, or their kids are now playing sports, or doing things, and you kind of can, without having to pick up the phone and check in with all your buddies from high school and college, you can just kind of zip through and say, oh, Mike had to, his son went to soccer this weekend, or, instead of them having to call and tell you. So it helps. Is it a distraction? Yes, because sometimes when I get home in the afternoon, flip the laptop open, the kids are looking at me like, Dad, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, just checking the FB.
Right. Email or whatever.
What about you, Michelle? Could you give it up for a week?
I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I could.
Oh, you could?
I could. I feel like when I'm in the routine of checking it every day, I get into that habit, I do it. Only at work, I don't have time when I'm not at work to really get on the computer. But when I'm not working on the weekends, if a vacation week, I'm done, I don't want to look at Facebook. The whole Twitter thing, I don't know.
I'm not into it yet.
I Twitter for work, for weather. I do weather updates, but I don't really get it otherwise.
Like how minimal it is.
Right. Like, what are people doing on Twitter? I just don't get it. But
I actually like, when it comes to Twitter, you can find out different things. Like Providence Juice Company has this juice truck, and you can find out where the juice truck is and that sort of thing. So I really like both of them. I think I'm breaking out in hives a little bit right now because I told my executive producer that I was going to announce at the end that I would maybe give up Facebook for a week.
I will keep track of this. Okay.
I don't know if I can do it.
I know you can't, but that's okay. I mean, it's okay. I will say this. Like, I talk to my interns sometimes. That they talk about, they're always on their phones and doing this, and I look at them, I said, do you realize when I was in college, I didn't have a cell phone? There was no such thing. Well, they were. They just looked like VCR fax machines that you had to attach.
And there were $8 million.
And there was no internet, and there was no email. I mean, email in college for me was like, I could email you if we were in the same room.
Right.
But that's all changed so much now. How did you get by? How did you survive? I'm like, I don't know. We figured it out.
I think now, though, for universities, it's not just social, but it is tied into the whole academic life. Classes, meetings after classes. It's all tied in. So that, I think, is much harder for them to probably shut off than it is for somebody that's out of that environment.
Something's wrong at the school. Like, I don't know, there's like an outbreak of a flu. Boom, they blast it out to everybody so they get it at once, But it's amazing. How did you get by? You're an old man. No email. We had answering machines, though. We had VCRs.
You had to show up when you planned something.
That's right. Well, Mel, before we start sounding like too much of old farts over here, I need to ask you, what do you guys think? Should I give it up for a week?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you should try
Take the challenge? Oh, my God. All right.
I will serve as the
moderator here?
The security guard for the Facebook.
You've never been one to back down from a challenge.
That's true.
I think you gotta.
Mel, you spoke to my heart there for a second. All right, fine.
Doing it?
I'm throwing down the gauntlet.
Wow.
It's done.
All right. Start right now?
I have to, as soon as I can get to a computer.
Well, I'm here in the New England Tech Center live blogging on FoxProvidence.com, and we're talking about this, and all of our bloggers are weighing in, of course. So let's see what some of our friends have to say on this Monday morning. Smokey Wolf says, no, I couldn't because I wouldn't be able to watch and blog with the Road Show, and I love staying connected to all of you here. Well, thanks, Smokey. And Joe says, I could totally close up shop on Facebook or MySpace without a concern. I control Facebook. Facebook does not control me. And Diana says, I don't have a problem going without social media. I go days without going online, and it doesn't bother me one bit. And in case you're just joining us this morning, I posted today's Buzz poll question on our homepage on FoxProvidence.com. You'll find it right under the live blog. Today we're asking, could you go 1 week or longer without using any kind of social media? Your choices are A, yes, it's just a small part of my life, or B, no, I'm addicted, it keeps me connected. And our Facebook friends are weighing in this morning. Danny Souza says, I die a day without any media because this stuff is my life. And my friends, of course. But I couldn't live without that kind of stuff. And Becky writes, it's an experiment, not a punishment. I think it's a good idea and lets kids see what it's like not to have everything updated every second. And Donna Stanley says, I could. I love spending time outside or curling up with a great book. So hopefully you'll have a couple more days outside because, I don't know, it's starting to change over to fall very quickly. But I'll be back at the end of the show with your poll results. But for now, let's send it on over to Lily, who's in the